everyone, and welcome to Warframe Showcase. Today's weapon, the Quanta, a powerful primary. Quanta may look strange, and even its firing mechanism is also strange, but it's a very powerful weapon that many players even go to endgame with. It does only electricity damage, but it makes up for it, not doing the usual slash puncture impact. Now, I'll actually be covering two Quantas, but we'll start with the basic one. Now, there's both pros and cons to this weapon, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons in this case, as we'll talk about. But in other words, it's a very easy weapon to use in hindsight. Alright, let's begin with the most basic of the weapon features. The ammo consumption is extremely low. You can hold the trigger on this weapon and we don't have to think about it. You can hold this and just fire right away. A true spray and pray. Just keep holding down the trigger and just aiming at your enemies. You have no problems. Alright, next feature. The bombs. Bombs, used by a secondary fire, launches a cube out of the weapon. With these cubes, you can launch them directly at enemies or lay them entrapped and then shoot them ahead of time. Okay, for the regular Quanta, when it got to level 30, as it is, doesn't really have much in the way of, conventional damage. So I chose to augment the electricity to do magnetic damage instead, since it's more effective against the Corpus. But to be honest, you can use it against anyone. The electricity damage transfers rather well. Now, for testing this weapon, I went to level 45 MOAs. Like before, you just launch a bomb and throw them right out. It's more effective just to use the plain bomb and detonate yourself instead of just launching it directly at the enemy. It's also very useful for leaving traps for enemies. They also have a very nice ride range. I think it's about 2-meter blast radius per bomb. Stack them nice and close together or spread them out a little bit for more maximum impact for the damaged enemies. Very easy though. And the bombs only consume 10 ammo each, so you leaves you plenty of room to use your laser. Okay, next weapon, the Quanta Vandal. Now, you cannot conventionally get this weapon. It was only during events and operations. So, not everyone has it. But it does do slight upgrades from the original. Not so much that it makes it unfair to those who don't have it, but enough to give enough reason for other people who do have it to use it over the original Quanta. For the upgrade, you simply got more status chance and more ammo. Pretty simple. So making the status build more of a reality for this weapon. For the Vandal, we already know it comes with the Organ Callus built in, so that's how I built it. And I have a lot more damage put out on this. A lot more magnetic, and I even decided to throw a bit of heat damage on there, just to help with any Grenier or Infest that I use it against. But in terms of Vandal, I pretty much built with the same idea in mind. Now for enemies, level 60? Nah. 65? Too easy. 70? Come on. I went to level 65 enemies. At this level, my Equinox doesn't really want to fight these enemies. I didn't build her to go this far. Yet. But this weapon it's pretty much end level area. Level 75. You don't conventionally fight these enemies every day even. Normally you only go to level 50 and 40 every day. That's what I normally fight. But if you ever want to, and the day that the raid does come and the Corpus are the enemy, this gun will be ready. You can easily take into this battle knowing you'll defeat your enemies. And that's on the Quanta. Let's go over the pros and cons. Pros. You got low ammo consumption, very good rate of fire with that low ammo consumption. Bombs can easily be deployed to trap enemies and easily kill them in said trap. On top of that, the Vandal has actually more ammo capacity up on top of the other one and has also the status build. And the cons, we have only one damage type, and the bombs do bounce off surfaces, making them relatively sometimes annoying to aim. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.